This video is a tutorial about how to make a car from scratch for Assetto Corsa. I know there might be a lot of content and videos about how to make one, but most of them are not complete or they didn't cover all of the important procedures. And most of the guys who do this kind of stuff use 3ds Max for modeling and setting everything up. And unfortunately, some of you guys might not be familiar with 3ds Max, or it might feel a little bit complicated than Blender. So in this video, I will tell you how to make a car for Assetto Corsa using Blender. And so the first thing you're gonna need is the original copy of the game, Content Manager, Blender, and KS Editor. So the KS Editor is a software where you can apply textures, adjust how the car looks inside the game, and it helps you to convert the 3D model of a car into a KN5 folder like format so that Assetto Corsa can read it and use it. If you have an original copy of an Assetto Corsa, you might already have a KS Editor installed in the directory of your game folder. So the first we're going to do is sort all of the files, textures, and documents that we need to make this car work. So let's get started then. So there are two ways to make a car mod for Assetto Corsa. The first option is you just can copy the files of an existing car inside the Assetto Corsa and make a new kind of model based on that data. And the second thing is we just have to make all of the things, all of the files, textures, and other things from the scratch. But as you already can guess that the second option will be a little bit too complicated and takes a lot of time. So in this video I will show you the first option. It will be a lot more easier to get it done. Because let me show you this. In this data folder, as you can see, in this data folder, there are like 75 items over here, like files over here. If you are to choose the second option, you have to write all of them from scratch. So we're going to just copy all of it from existing car file, which is inside the Assetto Corsa. And the first thing you're going to do is just choose a car that matches your car's design, size, or physics. It depends on your preference. So for this video, I'm gonna be doing a Chevrolet Spark, and it's an old model. Yeah, it's not this one. I'm gonna make this car. I know there might be some of these cars already created by other people for this game, but I have already tested them and they're not to my liking. They're just stock, and what I want to do is make this kind of car by tuning it, applying some kind of bodywork or something like that. So now what I'm going to do is find a car that matches to the size or maybe to this layout of my car. I probably choose a hatchback, but I want to turn this car into a sports car. Maybe you already want to do this. So I will want to choose a car according to my preference. In my case, is this car. It can somehow match the description of a car that I want to make. So I'm gonna just choose this car and I'm gonna go to the folder. Let me get it by clicking the option folder. And the next thing I will do is, as you can see, there are a lot of data over here. Next thing, I'm gonna create a new folder on desktop, but you can do it wherever you want. And I'm gonna call it AC Projects or whatever name you prefer. And enter that folder, and I'm gonna create another folder inside it. And I will call it Chevy Spark. So we're gonna use this folder for Assetto Corsa, like paste this folder inside the Assetto Corsa. So there are a couple of rules about how you should name this folder. The first thing is you can't use uppercase letters. So you always have to use lowercase letters. And there's also one more thing about this is you can't use space between the words. And you always have to use underline between the words. So otherwise it will just give an error if you want to load the car up in Assetto Corsa. So I'm gonna call Chevy Spark, and the next thing I'm gonna make is another folder, and yep, I will call it texture. Yeah, we need that, for the model. Yep, and it should be fine now. Now I'm gonna copy all of these files inside the Volkswagen folder, which I chose, and copy them into the Chevy Spark folder. Set, and you see that we have already copied all of them now. Yep, but some of files we won't be needing for this car, some of the files. The first thing is this KN5 file and collider and data ACD. Yeah, this one. Because these files belong to the old car, so we're gonna delete these ones. And this folder contains the object file of this car in this folder, which is the Volkswagen Golf. So if you don't have this folder, you might wondering why I don't have this folder, because I will show you how to do that in a second. How to get that file in a second. So what you're gonna do is go to the About section in Content Manager, and you have to click this number like 10 times, and window pops up, will gonna pop up asking about enabling the developer mode, and you're gonna click yes to that. So after that, you will go back to the content section, and there will be this unpack data option will be available for you. So what you're gonna do is click unpack data, and as you can see, I clicked unpack data and this data folder appeared. What it did is it extracted all of the data inside of this data.acd file and copied it into this folder so we can work with it. So you might not have this kind of folders like 3 data folders, and if you don't have, don't worry about it. I have 3 data folders because I unpacked the data of this car more than one time. So we'll need only one data folder for this project. So that's why there are data 1, data 2 folders. This is unpacked folder, and how you get this one is after enabling the developer mode in About section, you just have to go into the Content Manager and open up the CM Showroom. So when you open up the CM Showroom, this is the car. Yeah, this is the car in the showroom. There will be an option here called Unpack LOD KN5. Sometimes you might not have this option available. It happens in 2 cases. The first case scenario is when you didn't enable the developer mode in your content manager, and the second case scenario is these car folders, internal files, and all of the other things are encrypted. So you won't be able to extract it no matter what you're gonna do. So if you don't have this option is over here even after enabling the developer mode, you might want to give up and choose another car because you can't work with this car because it's already encrypted. So if you have this option here, you may continue and push this unpack LODKN5 option. What this option gonna do is it will make a new folder and extract all of the data inside this KN5 into this folder. This is the skins folder, but we won't be needing this one because these skins can be used only with this car since it originally belonged to this car. So we'll be making another ones for ourselves. We can talk about the other folders later on in the video. I won't talk about any files inside the data folder. For now, we just leave all of them as it is. We will make adjustments to them later after we complete our 3D model. You can just delete this animation folder because this animation data made only for Volkswagen Golf and it won't work with the car that I'm choosing. So you won't be using this one for a new car. You can just go ahead and delete it, this folder. And now I think we're ready and all of the stuffs are ready. Oh, and also you can delete this car paint and body shadow file too, because it's made for the Volkswagen Golf car. So you might be wondering what we're gonna put in this texture folder. What we're gonna do is, let me open this folder in a new tab. Oh, what we're gonna do is go inside this unpacked texture and open this texture folder on the other side and copy all of the textures inside here to the other side because we'll be using some of them for a new car, and you should also put all of the textures that you'll need for the new car you're making into this folder. Like, I know some of these textures are only made for Volkswagen Golf, but we might need some of them because there might be some useful ones like car paint or other things that we might need. So all the files are ready, and for now, just let's minimize all of the windows. We won't be needing any of them for now, and open up Blender. Now I'm just gonna click General. It's just a basic and regular scene for a Blender. Now I'm gonna import our FBX file of this Volkswagen Golf. So let's go to the folder that I made. It was AC project, Chevy Spark, and unpacked folder. And we're gonna import this FBX file. Now as you can see, it's already imported into the scene. You can see there are a lot of things like empties over here, but all of these empties work as a pointers and help the car work properly inside the Assetto Corsa, like act properly inside the game. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna import another model for my new car, for my new project. Let's make a new collection and call it Spark. So I won't be confused later on. So all of the files of the two different cars won't be mixed up. So let's go and import our 3D model of a car. As you guys can see, I have already made this model on my own, made some tunings, bodywork. If you made your car model already, you can use that, or you can get any car you want on the internet for free or maybe for money and use that for this project. It doesn't matter what kind of model you're gonna use, as long as it's supported by Blender. So I didn't make a video of making this model because it takes a whole lot of time. Uh, and if you want me to show you how to make one, you can mention it on the comments down below. So I will make a new video about how to make a car. As you can see, this car is already ready for work. Next thing I'm gonna do is I will open up a new window inside the Blender and select the outliner so it will be comfortable to work with. As you can see in this model, all of the objects are in this kind of format, which is the object format. As you can see, this like signed like a triangular. Now if you compare it to the other model that we imported the first time, you see that there is no triangular sign. Instead, they are all assigned to empty. All the objects are assigned to empty. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the exact same thing to the new car that we'll make. So we're gonna make a lot of empties for this car in order to assign them. So there are a couple of rules how to name all of the files inside the Blender. And I know this kind of issue might not happen if you're using Blender, but if you're using 3ds Max, 3ds Max allows you to name the two files with the same name. But in Blender, if you name them in this way, it will automatically change the name by adding numbers at the end. But the you never ever name two files with the same name. I think it's all the information I'm gonna give for this part of the tutorial, because this video have gone long enough, and now all things are prepared, and I hope I see you guys in the next video. And one more thing, don't forget to subscribe to my channel.